Okay, it's a few minutes past 7 on the night of January 24, 2023. This is the Sherborn Zoning Board of Appeals. We have one matter tonight. It is, what's the matter number, Jeannie?
2023-1.
2023-1. Petition for a 4-car garage. Is there anyone here at 145 Forest Street, Sherborn? The materials were filed with the board. Is there anyone here to speak for the petitioner?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, my name is Jeff Eugenio. I'm attorney at Gellerman and Cabral, and we are representing the applicant tonight. Also here is David Silverstein. He is the contractor, the designer of the addition at the home, and can also speak to some of the architectural details if that's needed.
Great. Thank you both very much. Right.
Good evening. Would you like me to proceed, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, please.
Okay. Good evening to the board. As mentioned, I represent Nicholas Ligris, owner of 145 Forest Street. We are here tonight before the board to ask for a special permit for a fourth garage bay. And this is part of an addition being built onto this home. Building inspector, Mr. Canny, issued a building permit, but stated that we need to go to the board to get the special permit for that fourth bay. The town bylaws allow a three-car bay garage for single family as of right. A fourth bay is permissive, which means we come here for special permit from the board. As the board knows, under section 6.1 of the bylaw, special permits may be granted if the board determines that the request is in harmony with the general purpose and intent of the bylaw. Here we are petitioning the board for the special permit, and our belief is that a fourth bay in this instance would certainly be in harmony with the general purposes and intent of the town bylaw. If the board would like, we have plans. I could share the screen and show a little more of what's going on here. Essentially, this is an existing single family home on which there's being an addition built somewhat to the rear, but what more is the focus, I think, of the board tonight will be a separate wing off to the left side of the house where the new garage will be built with 2 bays and a room above it, an exercise room above. If you'd like, I could take you through
Yes, please.
some of the plans to give you a picture of what's going on.
Please.
Okay. Just a second. Okay. Just take you to the.
Okay, yep, we can see the plans. Great.
All right. Okay, if I apologize, maybe a little small. If you ask me to zoom in, if you need to. What you're looking at here is essentially the home. The front part of the home is what currently exists. We'll take you through, but if you look off to the left side, where my cursor is, that is where the new garage is proposed to be built with the 2 additional bays.
So the existing 2 bays in that box off to the left on the south side of the property, those will stay, and it'll be 2 more in the new addition.
So actually, the 2 that you see in that picture are the proposed new bays. I'll give you a better picture of what's going on right now. Right now,
it'll be clear.
Sure. I'm going by the floor plans right now. Essentially, on the rear, there is going to be built a new sunroom and a couple bedroom upstairs. And where the hand portion is in the top right, this is going to be the new garage, essentially a wing off to the left side. And I'll take you to a close up here. These are interior floor plans. You'll see on the left here, the top left of the picture, this is where the new garage will be, with the second floor above it, which is planned to be an exercise room. And if you notice to the in the center of the picture here, you'll see off the left side of the house, facing to the left is where the two garage bays currently are that are pre-existing. And when the new wing, when constructed, if the board approves the special permit, we'll have two additional bays. Essentially, the doors are perpendicular to each other, and that's the plan. This you'll see here. This will be the new front elevation of the home. Essentially, what you see on the right side is what's pre-existing now, and to the left is the new garage. At the bottom of this plan page, you'll see this is the left elevation. And you'll see here where my pointer is where the existing garage bays are. And then this would be the left elevation of the new garage. And you'll see it's where you'll see where the dashed lines are throughout these plans, essentially denote where the addition would be going in. There are some better representations. This is the rear elevation. You'll see, so in this picture, in this plan set, the garage will be on the right side. There will be a shed off of the back of it as well. Here is a good rendering of what the two garages would look like when complete. The rendering in the top right, you see on the right of that drawing, of the existing garages, and the two new ones will be essentially perpendicular to it. The idea here in the design is, to keep it harmonious with the neighborhood, and I think this would certainly be achieved here. I think it would almost look a little strange if you only had one bay here. I think the two, and I hope the board would agree that the two complement the existing two. And I think it keeps with the architectural style of the existing home. You see another rendering in the middle left, which is a slightly different angle. The garage itself, the main bay is 30 feet, just a little bit over 30 feet by 20 feet, 30 feet wide, or excuse me, 30 feet wide by 23 feet deep. The garage heights are approximately 8 or 9 feet. Correct me, Mr. David Silverstein, if I'm wrong there. So
yeah,
you're looking at about
each door is 9 feet wide by 8 feet tall. Sorry to interrupt.
Thank you. So you're looking at a footprint of about 725 feet for the garage, and with the room above, you'd add another 725 feet. So it's about a 1,450 square feet structure, if you will. If the board wanted to see any of those plans in detail that I breezed on by, of course, happy to zoom in closer. The intent is that the garage would be used as a in conformance with a single family use. No commercial uses would be going on here. Just family use in a similar manner that the existing two bays are being used now. Again, the design is to try to keep with the existing architectural design of the home, to blend in with it, blend in with the neighborhood. There is good screening, natural screening with trees on either side of this lot. It's a 3.4 acre lot in the residential C district. You have farm pond to the rear. Again, it is on Forest Street. So I think it would be, I think there's nothing that would be disharmonious about allowing these essentially the extra bay for the fourth garage bay. David, if you have anything else to add, did I missed architecturally? Happy to see the floor through the chairman.
I think you summarized it as well as I could have ever done. So,
Mr.
Right.
Chairman, happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Okay. Excellent presentation. Thank you both. Is there anyone from the general public, other than the applicant, who wants to speak on this application for or against?
Hi, everyone. This is Laura Mastrobono. I'm just going to chime in here. I'm just a Sherborn resident. I'd like to listen to these meetings to see what's going on in the town, and I'm selling the house next door. I'm a realtor in town as well. So I just wanted to clarify something which was confusing to me. The first picture that showed the home with the attached breezeway to the house to the garage, that is not currently there. It looks like it's possibly something proposed and maybe to be built, but you showed a front elevation of the home that is absolutely not accurate as to what the house was when the house was bought. So just wanted to find out if that's something that maybe is being proposed in a different floor plan or different, maybe not in this context, but just wanted to clarify that right now the house does not look the way it looks in your plan.
Correct. And that, I think you mentioned that first page, you are correct. I think this may better answer what you're looking for, Ms. Bono. This front rendering on the right side where they have the hand here, this is what's currently built. And then if you see where the
No, it's not
dash
currently
line
built.
is.
Let me clarify. Hold on. The main house is currently built. The middle part where your arrow is right there is not currently built. That's not built. So there's no second floor currently built. There's no doorway currently built. It's an open breezeway to the detached garage that was sold to the current seller. And there was no, I'm not sure why this was never done in the past, but maybe there's a reason for it. It was never attached. The garage was never attached to the home. And so what you're showing here in this picture is not currently accurate.
Okay,
And
let's just, can you zoom in, please, Jeff, so we can
Yeah.
see a little better? I think I hear what she's saying.
Right.
So technically the other modifications to the house aren't in front of the board, but there
Right.
are, if I'm hearing you correctly, Laura, you're saying, wait a second, this dotted line, just like the other dotted line for the new garage, shows stuff they plan to do. It's got nothing to do with the garage, but it's other changes to the house.
right, I just want to clarify because you basically you're showing it to the board as if this is what it already looks like. And my only concern, I deal with a lot of homeowners in Sherborn, and when we start doing room counts and septics and blah, 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 we have to be consistent, right? So when somebody goes before the board, and whatever board this might be, we have to make sure that we're not going above and beyond for one homeowner and not another. So when I look at this plan, it is absolutely not what is currently on that lot. And I want to make sure that the board has seen the property and understands what they could be agreeing to, because it's not there right now.
Well, Ms. Mastrobono, I'm disappointed that you've bugged my house and put cameras in it, because you've obviously read over my shoulder.
No cameras, no.
The question I wrote down in my notes.
There's no. I run by your house on a regular basis. I live down the street from you. So this is
I know you do.
And I'm just saying that it's like your house doesn't look like this from the front right now. So whatever we're talking about right now just needs to be on the, up.
Let's get to the substantive point, which I did write down in my notes, and I figured you just figured it out on your own, not by spying on my notes. Has the Board of Health signed off on the new room count of all of these rooms? And then Jeannie's got
yes.
her.
Well,
We'll go there next.
And this is David Silverstein speaking, and there's no intent to buy what's going on with this presentation. I apologize, but the infill between the existing main house and the existing garage that's currently attached by a breezeway only, the infill of that is shown on this plan now. It's part of the construction of this addition and garage that's currently underway that was permitted, approved by the Board of Health in terms of room count and everything, as you asked, and has been permitted by Chris Canny in the building department. And he conditioned the permit that we obtain the special permit for the 4th garage bay prior to a certificate of occupancy.
Okay, that doesn't quite answer my question, but it kind of beats around a little bit. So let me ask the question a little more precisely. All of the rooms shown on these plans for the new room over the garage and the new room in the infill and stuff like that, the Board of Health has reviewed all of those and said they're okay under the room counts for the septic system you have.
Correct.
Okay, good. And so if we were to make that a condition of any permit we granted, that would be fine because you already have it in your pocket.
Correct.
Okay, that's a very good answer to that question. Thank you. Ms. Guthrie. You had your hand up.
Basically, I had pulled up the building permit file online, and they did get Board of Health approval, conservation approval. And this is just, Chris just said, you can do the garage, you just have to have permission first. So
Right, sure,
plans are online, and so they did have to go through the same process as everybody else.
So, Ms. Mastrobuono, does that answer your question about the infill and the room count, or did I miss the point?
Well, I'm a little bit, my only question then back is that the garage being built right now looks like a second house attached to this home. And my concern is, and I haven't done my due diligence here because I'm obviously just the Sherborn resident trying to just pay attention to what's going on. But there looks to be a very substantial second floor over the garage being built. And I just want to make sure that everyone's on board here with the plans that the second floor to the new proposed garage to the left of what you're highlighting right there is, if somebody's done a site visit, then great. But I see it next door from, as a realtor perspective, looking over next door saying, what is going on? It looks like a secondary house is being built next door. And that's fine if Chris Caney and the Board of Health has approved it, but I'm just making sure that someone's done a site visit.
Right. It's a smart question. And the reason I know the answer to this question is, it turns out with my last house, I built a garage, and then I had a big room over it, and I did all sorts of big plans for that big room. And I had to leave it empty and unfinished and unheated for 20 years because it wasn't going to violate our septic system. So sadly, I know all about this one, but I think what we're going to do is condition any permit we grant on the Board of Health expressly approving that. And again, David Silverstein says he's already done that, so it will be fine. But that's the key. If they build this additional building and it doesn't put them over their room count, and we give them a garage permit, they would be okay. Board members, call me out if you think I got that one wrong, but I think I have it right under our bylaw.
I can read what the description of the work is that's on the building permit application, if that helps.
It's more that the we'll condition it on the plans having been approved by the Board of Health and the building inspector. You know, if they did it, they did it.
Has this been, I watch all the Board of Health meetings. I haven't seen this one come before the Board of Health. Has the Board of Health approved this?
Yeah.
Already? They have.
Yeah.
With the number of bedroom septic design that's already at the house?
Yes, with the plans that were submitted to the Board of Health at the time of the building permit application and the description, it has been approved.
Jeannie, because I don't have this in front of me, but is the plan with the garage, the new garage, include a second floor bathroom, finished level?
The Board of Health condition is the proposed bathroom and the proposed fitness room is to be a half bathroom only.
This plan that's being submitted to you is the exact plan that was approved by the Board of Health and approved by the wetland.
Mr. Silverstein, that's the perfect answer, because if we do grant this, that's going to be the condition, which is that these plans get signed off. And
Yes.
if you did it that way, then that'll work. Thank you.
I mean, this was approved back, the building permit was approved back in September.
It's okay. You know, she's asking a fair question, which is, let's make sure we're not inadvertently backing into a room count violation that the Board of Health hasn't signed off on. And I'm completely supportive of Ms. Mastrobono's question on that, but I think we can answer it. And it sounds like Mr. Silverstein had it in mind and planned on it in his planning.
And let me just add, I fully support bettering all properties in Sherborn. And if this got approved by the Board of Health with their strict guidelines, I applaud the plan and the design plan, because it's hard to get approval from the Board of Health. So if it's been approved by the Board of Health, go for it. That's my plan. That's my 2 cents.
Okay, and thank you for asking the smart question. Anyone else from the general public got a comment on the application for or against? All right, hearing none. Board members, what are your questions, thoughts, comments? What are your feelings? As you know, your feelings are, as always, very important to me.
I have no questions. It appears to be pretty straightforward to me. So I don't have any objection to what's being proposed.
Jonathan?
Those are my sentiments exactly. I don't
Okay.
see anything unusual or out of line here.
Okay.
Uh,
Would you gentlemen be willing to entertain a motion if I felt like making one?
Absolutely.
All right, I hereby move that petition 2023-1 for an additional fourth garage bay at 145 Forest Street, Sherborn, be granted on the condition that the construction, on 2 conditions: 1, that the construction match the plan submitted to the board, and 2, that the room counts as shown on the plan submitted to the board have the benefit of approval by the Board of Health. And the reason why I'm saying it that way, David and Jeffrey, so that if you already have it, you got it. If you have to go back, you can go get it. And that's my motion.
I would second that.
All right. Any amendments, friendly or unfriendly? Openly hostile amendments? I can take it.
Actually, point of clarification, Mr. Chairman. Is our approval contingent upon some evidence that the Board of Health has actually reviewed these plans that are in front of us?
Well, the way I phrased it was that it has the benefit of. We can certainly amend it to say that the applicant document to the building inspector, the zoning enforcement officer, that the plans as proposed comply with the Board of Health requirements as to room counts and septic compliance. How's that?
Okay.
All right. I hereby renew my motion as amended. Mr. Stefik, does it still have the benefit of your extremely gracious second?
Yeah, second.
Okay. Any further discussion?
You're amended.
Right.
As amended.
The amended motion is on the table. No further discussion. Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye. We have to go by roll call. Novak votes aye.
Stefan guy.
Pitch, aye.
Okay. Mr. Eugenio, Mr. Silverstein, thank you for your time and your excellent presentation. I hope the new
Thank you
owners
to the
enjoy their
board.
new house and their many garages.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, board. Nice to meet you. Thanks for all your help, Ms. Guthrie.
You're
Right.
welcome.
You're welcome.
Ms. Mastrobono, thank you for asking the smart question.
You are welcome. My pleasure.
All right, Ms. Guthrie, are you gonna let us go or are you gonna hound us?
You
to-
can go.
or Something like that. Oh,
You can
yes.
go.
I've always
Okay.
liked you.
Maybe someday we'll like approve minutes.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe
Okay.
I'll just post
And
these
I owe you
drafts.
some decisions too, all kidding aside. so
Really?
I think I do. I do.
Okay.
She's so
And
sarcastic.
there's nothing coming up, so I think we're good for right now.
All right,
You
In that
did get
case-
you did get the letter that I sent you the letter from Mass Housing about the 4 homes on Greenwood, yes?
Right, it was just their project eligibility letter. It wasn't a application, but it was
Right.
a step.
Right, but I just wanted to make sure I sent you that, and I haven't heard anything more on that, so.
Okay,
Sometimes we just sit
Right.
and wait. Have a good New Year's, everybody.
Yeah.
And,
talk to you soon.
stay
Thank you.
safe.
you
Bye.
too.